Hello and welcome to On Closer Inspection, the weekly current affairs programme here on Made in Leeds. This is the show where we look at the biggest stories developing here in our city and we talk to the people with something to say about them. Coming up on today's show. It's estimated that £4.5 million is spent each week by households in Leeds on alcohol. The city's main drug and alcohol agency says it has had nearly 60,000 calls in just 5 months. So do we have a problem here in Leeds? So Dean, going to come to you if that's all right.
That's fine. Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your story.
A little bit. Well, it's my drinking really started to take off in my 20s. My early to mid 20s. I used it as a coping mechanism even then. You know, looking.
Did you know that's what you were doing at the time? No. It's. I don't blame anybody for my drinking. You know, I chose to drink. I used it as a painkiller, as such. It were an anaesthetic to life. If I drank and I was drunk, I didn't have to worry about something. Did you know you had a problem?
No.
How long were you drinking before you realised you had a problem?
Probably about 15 years.
Really?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't until enough was enough, and I didn't stop drinking till I was 36.
Yeah. What was the trigger for you, Dean, that made you go and get help and say, I have to sort this out, I have to do something about it?
Basically, from in the February.
Yeah. And you didn't think you had a problem for most of that? You didn't think that? Is that quite common, Tracy, with people that you see, that it takes a long time to realise you've got a problem?
It becomes the norm. You get used to it. You don't think there's anything wrong with it until you go.
Obviously that you being over the limit, drink driving, getting caught was a particular incident. Was that the incident that made you realise then I've got to get help?
No. That was the February 2006 and I didn't find out till November 2006.
So what was it that then in November you got that point there where you said, I've got to do something
From living
about
where
this?
I lived to I moved 28 times. I had 3 suicide attempts. I was doubling continent, and I was homeless. I was living in emergency accommodation.
What about your marriage or not?
Dad gone.
That had gone.
Yeah.
So you literally were as low as you can get. It's like, you don't mind me saying that?
No. I got a thing. Every time I thought I'd got as low as I could, I found like a trapdoor that I could get even lower because I refused to believe it was the drink.
Did anybody help you with that, or was it you that decided you had to get help? When you were that low and that vulnerable, it's a hard thing to say, I need to get help.
Well, that's the problem. That's what I try to get across. Always ask for help, no matter if it's alcoholism, drug addiction, food addiction, sex, whatever it is. Always ask for help. Never be afraid to ask for help because it were there. I just wouldn't ask for help because I believed I didn't need it. I didn't think there was anything wrong. Waking up, having wetted the bed at 4 o'clock in the morning and reaching for the drink.
And of course, I think the other thing is that when you are very vulnerable and when you're down, it becomes harder sometimes, harder to ask for help, doesn't it? Actually, ironically, the worse the position you're in, sometimes the harder it is to ask people for help. We're going to carry on talking about this after the break. Well, before the break, Tracy, we were talking with Dean about the fact that something happened and it made him want to go and get help. So when people have got an addiction, what is it that flicks that switch that makes people finally say, I need to get help?
Well, there's a cycle of events that will occur. You can.
Now, I know you, Tracy, because I come to Yorkshire Slimming Centres, and I would say I do have a problem with food addiction, and we spend a lot of time talking in our groups, don't we, about that. Are some of us just more likely to be addicted to whatever it is? What do you reckon, anybody? If somebody just said to you, Dean, just pick yourself up, pull yourself together, sort it out and stop it.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked, to be fair. Why I drank just to change the way that I felt.
Was that to change the way you felt about yourself? Is that at the heart of this, in order that a lot of people have to change how you feel about yourself?
You need to feel good. You need to actually value yourself, have a position of being in control instead of out of control.
Take control of it and get the help. And basically there is help and support in the city as well from a variety of different places.
That takes a lot of learning. It won't just come overnight. You've got to keep
stick with
practicing
it.
at it.
Stick with it. I can't thank you enough for being so honest.
Thank you.
So honest. And thank you both, Tracy and Lee, as well. Thank you to all our guests. That was absolutely brilliant. Well, after the break, we're changing topic totally, and we're going to be talking about the question of whether a transgender woman should have been placed in army jail.